Good evening. It's been a long time since I was stood before you guys. I've had a long journey, but I'm really glad to be back. First of all, I want to say thank you so much to everyone here at Summit, not only for all your encouraging words that you sent me throughout the year, but also knowing that I had a church family that I can always come back to. And it was such a great comfort. Now, a while back, there was a king. Now, this is back in the day when you could have multiple wives. And so this king, he had 4 wives. His fourth wife was one that he loved to show off. And he had such confidence that it would never, abandon him. And he loved her the most. And he often would spoil her and give her anything she wanted, always taking great and utmost care of her, making sure she never lacked for anything. His third wife was one he was so confident in that no matter what he asked of her, she would always do it. And he made sure that she was in every way shown off. At the parties that he would throw, the feasts, he would always have her sitting at his right hand. And she was bedecked in jewels. And he always, this was a wife he was so proud of. He always showed her off. His second wife was very loyal. But again, he was always had the sense of, you know what? No matter what I go through, she will always be there. She will always have my back. And he always gave her attention. And that is who he spent the most time with. Now, his first wife was a very loyal lady. No matter what happened in his life, she was always there. When he was sick, he was by his bed. When he was falling on hard times and the kingdom was in war, she was there. And no matter what happened in this man's life, in this king's life, she never betrayed him. And so as it would happen, one day the king was very ill. The physicians came in and said, you only have a couple of weeks to live, if that. King, being devastated, started to feel how alone death will be. How nothing he could do would help anyone come with him. So he asked his fourth wife and said, listen, you who I love the most, who I have confidence that you'll never fail me, will you die with me? Will you give your life up and come with me to the afterlife? And she says, being so beautiful, she says, no. I'll go and I'll remarry and I'll be just fine. You go and die. His third wife, the one who he loved to show off, the one who he gave everything he possibly could give. He looked at her and says, I've given you all that I could. You've never lacked for anything. Will you die with me now in my time of need? She looks at him and says, no, when you die, I'll sell all that I have so I can live comfortably. I don't need you, but you needed me. The second wife, the one who he spent so much time with, so much energy making her happy. He said, what about you? We spent a lot of time together. I love you. Come with me. And she said, I don't want to. I love you too, but I'm sorry. I'm just not ready. And he goes to his first wife, almost as an afterthought. I'm like, what about you? Will you come with me? Will you, who I've always rejected, who I've barely ever paid any attention to, will you come with me? She looks at him and says, yeah, I've always been there for you. Not because you loved me, but because I love you. And I am nothing without you. You see, these 4 ladies, they represent something in our lives. Some motive that we hold dear to us. The fourth wife was our body. We're so proud of it. We're so confident. We think we're the most beautiful thing ever. At least I do. And we don't think it will ever fail us. But eventually, we start slowing down. We start creaking when we go upstairs. And it starts to fail us. And when we die, it doesn't come with us. The third wife was our possessions, the things we try so hard to gather, so hard, and we strive our whole lives to get. I was in Ireland, and in Ireland, everything, we have coins. We have pound coins and pences, and I saved up every coin I can because I knew when I get back, I'm going to want a new phone. And so I got a new phone after scraping and saving. But in the end, it's a possession, and when I die, I don't get to take it with me. I don't even get life insurance for a phone. But then you come to the second wife, the one you spend the most time with, the one you love and you want to hang out with all the time. That's your friends and your family. And even though they're amazing and good for you to have, in the end, they don't come with you. In the end, when you die and you pass on, nothing on this earth comes with you. But the first wife, the wife that we often neglect, we often kind of forget about, but is so loyal to us, that's our soul. And that's something we have to live with for eternity. And it's better now to nourish your soul and to make sure that your soul is healthy and is filled and is satisfied. In my journeys, I've only found one thing that can actually satisfy you. It's not the drink. It's not smoking. It's nothing that on this earth we can obtain except through Christ. It's the only thing that satisfies and that you can be content in. It's the only thing that truly matters in the end. And so tonight, as I stand before you, jet-lagged, with unruly hair, with a stain on my shirt, still looking amazing, I say to you that there is nothing more important than your soul. There's nothing more important than making sure you know where you're going to go. And there's nothing more important than being content in your salvation. If you have a need tonight to be baptized or to respond in any way, come now. Together we stand and sing.